I have compiled all 12 direct head-to-head tests between Continental SportContact 7 and the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. Not one review, not one cherry-pick results, every direct comparison I could find where both tires fought each other. Across 146 individual category results, the answer is much clearer than I expected. The Continental SportContact 7 won 86 categories, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S won 51, and 4 results were ties. But the real question is not just who won more. The real question is where each tire wins, because the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S is not just any tire. For years, it has been the benchmark max performance summer tire. It's a tire everyone compare against. But based on the full data set, the SportContact 7 looks like the tire that has finally moved the game forward. Let's start with wet braking. Across 11 wet braking results, the SportContact 7 wins 9 times, while the Pilot Sport 4S only wins twice. And when the tests give raw braking distances, the Continental stops around 2.4 meters shorter on average. That is a serious safety advantage. In wet braking, this is not close. Then we go to wet handling. Again, Continental wins. Out of the 10 wet handling results, the SportContact 7 wins 8. The Michelin wins only 2. And the margins tell the real story. When Michelin wins, the gap is tiny. But when Continental wins, some gaps are much bigger. In one tire review wet handling test, the SportContact 7 was 7.8 seconds faster. So in the wet, the SportContact 7 is clearly the stronger tire. Now, dry braking. This is another major Continental win. Across 10 dry braking results, the SportContact 7 wins 9. The Pilot Sport 4S wins only once. On average, the Continental stops 1.2 meters shorter in raw braking tests. So whether it's wet or dry, the SportContact 7 has the better braking story. Dry handling is where things get much closer. Across 11 dry handling results, the SportContact 7 wins 6 of them, while the Pilot Sport 4S wins 5. And the average gap is only around 0.3%. So this is not a domination. This is almost a split decision. The Continental is slightly ahead overall, but the Michelin still proves why it becomes such a legend. It has still excellent dry balance, feel, and lap performance. So if we only look at the 4 core performance areas, the results is very clear. Wet braking, Continental wins 9-2. Wet handling, Continental wins 8-2. Dry braking, Continental wins 9-1. Dry handling, Continental wins 6-5. That means across these 4 key categories, the SportContact 7 wins 32 times, while the Pilot Sport 4S wins 10 times. But the story changes when we look at refinement and efficiency. Noise is basically a draw. Across 10 noise results, the SportContact 7 won 4, while the Pilot Sport 4S also won 4. The 2 results are ties. For the road noise, I will not call a clear winner. Comfort slightly favors Michelin. Across the comfort aggregate results, the Pilot Sport 4S wins 4 out of 7, while the SportContact 7 wins 3. So the Michelin still feels slightly more rounded and mature road tire. Then we have rolling resistance, and here Michelin clearly wins. Across 10 rolling resistance results, the Pilot Sport 4S won 8, while the SportContact 7 only win 2. And when the raw data is available, the Michelin wins every single time. So for efficiency, the Pilot Sport 4S still has the stronger case. And now, this brings us to our final verdict. The Michelin Pilot Sport 4S is still a fantastic tire. It is refined, it is efficient, it is still very strong in dry handling. And it remains one of the most important performance tires ever made. But if the question is, which tire is the better performance tire today? The answer is the Continental SportContact 7. It wins more often overall, it dominates wet braking, it dominates wet handling, it dominates dry braking, and it still slightly ages in dry handling. The Pilot Sport 4S is the tire that defined this category, but the SportContact 7 is the tire that moved this category forward. After comparing all 12 direct head-to-head tests, my winner is the Continental SportContact 7.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.